Hello everyone, this is Tony Vinton. I just wanted to provide a quick response about the a lot of questions that are coming up about discussions. And so, I mean, and it's makes sense. There's a lot of directions, and you've got to read them carefully to see what you are and are not allowed to post. So let me go to the discussions page and just kind of walk you through a little bit about what is required. So just for discussion one, and I'm just going to kind of go through the directions, nothing really too, you know, let's see here, how do I, okay. Okay, so for one, when you're posting, oh, sorry, you should be posting at least 3 times in the discussion for, say, chapter one. And you need to do that on 2 separate days, meaning that you can post two one day and one another, or you can post one and then two, or you can post more, of course. But if you just posted 3 and then you post them all on the same day, you're going to receive reduced credit. Okay, so some things just to be mindful of there. You need to be able to post. I guess the reason I'm setting that up that way is because I want you to actually put some thought and time into thinking about some of these posts. And some of you will just do 3 posts, bam, 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 without even reading any of the material or what other people have posted and feel like you've provided or done your job. And in a way you did. You did the bare minimum, and that's fine, but it's not really providing anything substantial to help the course and to help your students. So, I feel like requiring that really helps. So that's one thing. Some suggestions when posting, they need to be meaningful interactions. So meaningful meaning that if you just said something like, oh, great job, or I had problems with that too, and then that was it, that won't really count, right? So kind of down here it says short comments are important to the discussion. So if you post like, oh, I had a hard time with that, or oh, me too, that was hard, or I think I got that too, like short comments are fine. In fact, I mean, I give them sometimes as well. But just think about when it counts as your required posts and not. Those short ones are not going to count. So just be careful about that, Make sure that you post at least 3 detailed substantial posts. Remember that when you're posting, most people have been doing this, but remember when you're posting, so your title needs to be the section and the number that you're writing about. So section 1.3 number 5, then we know that that problem or post is about section 1.3 number 5. And then we can keep all related topics on section 1.3 number 5 in that one post, right? So you can respond in there. If we start having 3 or 4 threads that have the 1.3 number 5, it clutters up the discussions, but it also becomes difficult to find answers, right? So just make sure you're looking at that, and you can always do the search feature when you're set before posting. So if you go up here and you type in, like section 1.2, oh, if I can spell section 1.2 and then number 5, you can see if there's any, or actually let me just do section 1.2 just so we see anything here. So then if we search there, so it doesn't look like there's anything for 1.2, so then you can start to provide your own post for that. So just something to think about there. Um, Also, a good search tool, because some people don't always put section. If you just put 1.2, that might help as well, because that might minimize. So if you go down, you can see so there is one about 1.2 number 5, and then exercise 1.2 question 56. So that in a way might be a better search instead of saying section 1.2 there. So just some advice when you're considering looking for some answers to questions. Let me do one more thing. I want to go to the grading rubric because I want to show you how I'm going to grade these. Okay, so I'm going to go to the main page, and if you go into the Read Me First section, there is a discussion rubric. So this is basically, it'll tell you how I'm going to be grading, and this goes through the same stuff that we talked about. So again, 3 times on 2 separate days is what's required. You can post screenshots of what's in MyMathLab. That's actually encouraged because then we can all see what you're doing. If you just say section 1.2 number 5, and then just ask a short question. We have no context because we don't know what question you're referring to without us going into the homework. So it helps if you can post a picture. There's a couple there's built-in screenshot grabbers, but you can also download one. There's Jing. Jing will also allow you to record video. So if you want, you can record a quick video, kind of what I'm doing, to be able to explain what problems you're having because sometimes it's easier to do. Um, the responses can be meaningful, right, or need to be meaningful, excuse me. And posts need to be meaningful for. So if you just posted a question and say, I just can't figure it out, that's fine. But it would be great if you could say why, what's going on when you can't figure it out. I don't know what this means, maybe in the part of the problem, or I got the first part but I didn't get the second part, and let me show you my work. And you can take a picture of your work if you like. So anyway, just kind of throwing things out there. Okay, so somebody who would receive full credit gets 10 points, and that student completes the 3 posts on 2 separate days. They need to be accompanied by some work, right? So just saying I have a question and not really providing background doesn't count. Responses need to be meaningful as well, so you need to be able to kind of work through your explanation, provide some words or show the work using the equation editor or on paper. Any one of those is fine. And of course, you have to submit by the deadline. If you don't submit by the deadline, then nothing counts. Okay. Half credit, so you responded at least twice, so, right? So that gives you half credit. Or let's say you responded 3 times, but all on the same day, right? So that would give you half credit. And then of course, still the questions and responses need to be detailed, right? So that's something to think about. So let's say you just respond twice or 3 times, but all in a single day, then that would give you half. And then none is basically where you get, did not post, or maybe you posted once, right? So you want to be careful because I really just give 10, 5, or 0. So you want to make sure that you're at least getting the 5 to get some credit. If you just provide one post, that's great. And I think, and I appreciate that you participate, but it doesn't meet the half credit minimum, so then you would automatically get a 0. So just be mindful of that. So the way I'm going to grade is it's pretty straightforward, 10, 5, or 0 based on this criteria. Okay. And of course, any questions at all, let me know. Definitely here to help.